We're live.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's the first of a double shot tonight, and I'm excited. We've got a brand new creator to introduce you to tonight that you're going to, at the end of the night, say, wow, how am I not part of this adventure? It's Adventures by Carney coming in, so let's get this party going. If you're brand new to me, hit that like. We'll say hello to the chat in just a few minutes. Let's get this opening knocked out, because I got a heck of an interview coming up, and I'm excited. It's Dean. It's the live place. It's everything he does. 150 family-friendly channels over there for you to follow. Check out Dean in the live place here on YouTube and on his website. I've got 7 partner channels, 3 that broadcast from the park, 4 that broadcast from home. They do an amazing job. All of my partner channel links are directly found on the front of my YouTube page. Chaotic Crusaders, you're going to hear about them throughout the night. They sponsor different segments of the show. We'll talk about first, Dan with Disney Worlders, 20-some thousand strong on his Facebook group. If you're not following Disney Worlders, you'll miss it out. You'll hear about all these other great people as we go along. I've got 6 incredible executive producers from all over the world. Walking with the Woods out in Paris, Disney 40 in California. I got Casey down in Florida. I got Dad Builds, Super Disney Fam and Jesse helping us out all the way around. Check out all these great people on the front of my YouTube page. We're following Working Hard over on Facebook. We got a group. We got a page. We're talking Disney and magic all the time. We're TikTok and we're Instagram, and Super Disney Fam, our executive producers, bring us a lot of content that's going to bring that all together. We've got a great Discord going, 200 plus people over there talking Disney, talking more. If you're not part of our Discord, you are missing out. It is a great location to promote your content, to promote what you're doing. It's a lot of fun. Membership on the channel is completely optional, everybody. We have 4 different tiers of membership available. Membership brought to you each week by Bean and Jean Claire and Zoel's World. One of my moderators will drop her link into the chat. It's absolutely amazing, amazing creator. If you do one of the higher levels, we'll get you out one of the Disney minted coins.
The official Disney-related news service and partner of the Pete McDevitt Show is Chip & Company. You can find this trusted source at chipandco.com or on many social media outlets including YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
We've got a P.O. Box. We love receiving mail. My son loves to open any mail. Shoot it over to us. P.O. Box available in the About section of our channel. Big thing going on with Fantasmic Chronicles on October 1st. He's doing a big charity event. That will be the fundraiser for 8 Kids again. Everything goes directly to the charity. Check out more on Phantasmic Chronicles channel. We're all about the charity here. There's a lot going on with Living the Magic with Give Kids the World. A lot of creators in the Disney community going to be supporting Give Kids the World very soon. Right now, Living the Magic's doing it every day. Check them out for all of their amazing support.
Hi there, my name is Allie from Cinder Allie Loves Disney. On my channel, I share Disney pins, items from my collection. I do unboxings, movie reviews, Disney park vlogs, and more. We have so much fun. Be sure and stop by and say hi. Let me know you heard about me from the Pete McDivitt Show. And as always, make it a Disney day.
The ladies of the community, much like Christina, they are amazing. Amazing. We've got some amazing. I can't say it enough. These are incredible. If you don't know these ladies, reach out to me. I'll tell you more about them. Or check out their channels. You see their logos right there. Incredible people in our community. We're having a member Zoom call this Saturday, September 13th, 11:30 to 12:30. Later tonight, I'm going to post up the link to come in for the members-only Zoom call. We'll be hanging out. May have a couple surprises for that as well. If you're a moderator currently, if you're looking to be a moderator, if you're a creator that needs to get moderators for your channel, we are doing a tutorial class, 1 hour this Saturday on Zoom. It's invitation only, but everybody's invited. If you want to come in and learn how to be a moderator, strengthen up your skills, it's absolutely free. No charge at all. We've got a lot of people already signed up. I can hold almost 100. We've done about 8 of these already and helped about 130 people in the community already. This Saturday, absolutely free. Email me, send me a direct message. We'll get you the link to come in. We'd love to have you hang out. Big news, big news. November 19th will be the next segment of our Hall of Fame induction series. If you don't know about it, you should. We've created a Disney Social Media Hall of Fame. Over 155 people already inducted. You can see the actual hall on my website, PeteMcDivittShow.com, under the Hall of Fame page. Our next segment will be November 19th. It's nomination announcements, character reveals, and the button reveal. It is a commemorative button made for every person that joins in. Finally, finish it up before I bring my guest in here. The Disney Community's second annual 2023 Hangout. We did one last year, had about 40 people travel in from all over the United States. The next one's going to be June 23rd to the 25th up here in Maryland. An Orioles game, casino night, all kind of great stuff going on. I'm really excited about that. More information to come. We are putting a lot of the information of that over in the Discord. So please make sure you're in the Discord. If you're interested in coming up for that, we will get you over and get you some information on that. All right, everybody, let's take it down, take it down. This is my friend, Pete Carney. He's up in the corner. I'm up in the right. This is his channel here. We're excited to bring him in. Let me tell you a little bit about my friend, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know about it, you should. Adventures by Carney. He's a native New Yorker who moved to Orlando and brings that New York sense of pride and stigma down there. They've grown up to 5,500 plus, almost 5,600 subscribers on their channel. They're working hard to bring you the magic. I found his channel not that long ago and said, hey, this is a guy I got to sit down with. Pete, welcome in to come in and join me here.
This is amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I'm pumped.
We're going to have a good time. The great thing is, if anybody says, hey, Pete, in the chat, we just assume they're saying it to both of us, and we'll go with it. It works with me today.
I love it. It's nice and easy.
So
I'm going to feel very popular tonight.
It's going to be good. So before we start everything, just to let everybody know, if you're brand new to the channel, do me a favor, hit the like, help us out. If you like my guest here tonight and you're brand new to him, do me a favor, go over, check out his channel. We're going to drop his link throughout the night. All of his social media links can be found in the description of this video, every last one of them, so you can get to it quick. Okay? If you like what he's talking about, if you like his energy, which I think you're gonna, then hit that subscribe if you're gonna follow his content. We don't want you just going to just hit for no reason. And if you like what I'm doing by the end of the night, hey, I do this every week on the channel. We've already interviewed over 250 Disney content creators. Hit that subscribe tonight and talk about it. So, Pete, let's start it out here. First, I'll have you introduce yourself just a little bit to everybody before we kind of dig into the channel and get in the flow of the interview.
Sure. I'm Pete Carney. Like you mentioned, I'm from New York. I moved down to Orlando 3 years ago. I have been loving every second of it. I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel. I've been recording things, and I just never had the guts to do it. And then towards the end of the quarantine, I had someone literally just started for me, And that kind of just changed my whole life and kind of my course and my direction. I've been having the best time. I think we have the best community. I'm just so excited to be doing things like this, and spreading love and positivity is like my thing. So what better place than here at the happiest or most magical place on earth?
I love it. I love it. First, I want to say thank you to the Tomorrowland Traveler, which is a great channel name. Pete
He's
Carney,
the best.
$20 super chat. Thank you for the love and magic tonight. We appreciate you here tonight. If you want to ask questions to my guest tonight, here's how you roll. If you have the number to my studio, you can call in. Ask the question live to my guest. If you don't have the number to the studio, hit at Pete McDevitt Show, the at symbol Pete McDevitt Show. Throw your question in the chat. I'll try to get to them as many as I can, and I'll recognize people as we go through. Tim Rempel's in here, Walking with the Woods, FAP, Mala Ramali, Surf Bum's in here, of course, the Tomorrowland Traveler, Izzo Cello Shots. What another great channel name right there. Pete Stum is in here. Welcome in. Great to see you guys. Let's get back into this. Let me talk about my guest before I throw it over to him for the first question I have tonight. Instagram, 2,164 followers, 1,071 posts. YouTube, like I said, 5.59K, 284,197 channel views. Started officially November 2019 with 241 videos of content over there, everybody. Twitter, 1,346 followers. Solid, more than me. Great job. TikTok, you got over there 720. Already following you over there on a Facebook presence as well. Let me ask you, Pete, when you first sat down and you said, okay, I'm going to give in and I'm going to do this whole YouTube thing. How did you first come up with the concept of your name of your channel for how you want to go with it? I love the name of the channel and how you do it. I know a little bit of insight, but I'd love to share with everybody else.
Sure. Well, I'm from a business background. My father owned his own business growing up. I've always been in the business world, and I've owned my own businesses. So I kind of wanted something catchy, of course. I didn't want to pigeonhole myself into one thing either. So I kind of wanted it to be a little bit broader, where I can do anything, but also kind of describing what I was going to do.
Right.
Also, I noticed whenever I went into YouTube, because I'm always a fan first of guys like you and all the other people out there, is when I noticed that YouTube alphabetizes the channels on the left side of your screen sometimes. So I was like, if I can do something that's early in the alphabet, I'll always be an early option.
Smart.
So Adventures was my A, and then I kind of wanted something that would be easy to remember, and I had different names. So I thought an ABC would be easy to remember. So I went with Adventures by Carney. I know Adventures with Carney sounds better, but ABC is just so much more fun.
I love it.
And Adventures is just that big, broad category, like I said, because I love to do so many things, and I didn't want to pigeonhole myself into one thing or, God forbid anything ever happened. Now I can do everything.
Now you can do everything. I love that. And if you're brand new and you're just thinking about doing your channel, listen to that, because it came up with a concept there of what he was trying to do, which gives him a lot of opportunity. And Nick, one of my executive producers, says, hey, that's a smart plan. I like it. That is a smart plan. So let's talk about for a second, obviously you do a lot of content. We're going to talk a little bit about other content outside of Disney because it is your adventures. But I want to talk about Disney for a second and the fact of how did your love of Disney come? Is that from a youth standpoint? Was it older in life? Where does that passion come from?
So I was a late bloomer. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. We came down to Disney once on a big family vacation. So that was my only trip throughout my entire childhood. I was probably 7, 8, or 9, right in that range. It's amazing that nobody in my family remembers what year when I keep trying to ask and find out, but it's just a mystery. But it was around that time.
Okay.
And I had a great time. I had a girlfriend who did the college program while I was in college up in New York.
Cool.
And I came down to visit her, and I was like, man, these parks are pretty cool. I thought it was just like this kid thing. Like, these are pretty cool. I came back a few years later with another girlfriend, and again, I was always a bit into a business guy, and I'm like, this is the way all business should be run. Like, I'm being treated amazingly, flawlessly. Every cast member is literally making my day as I go through the day. They're making enough money. I know what I'm walking into. And to me, it was just like right at the sweet spot. Now, granted, things have really escalated since the last 10, 15 years since that happened. Yeah. But I was just amazed by the Walt Disney Company. So in my I'm one of these people, when I dig my claws into something, I kind of go all out. So I started doing all this research about the parks and all the meaning behind things and how much thought and time and energy goes into all this stuff. And I just became enamored with it. And it was an Oz to me. It was a never-ending fountain of knowledge and fun facts, which made me a happy man. And then I started coming back all the time. And then eventually we bought annual passes 2 or 3 years before we came down because we were just coming 4 or 5 times a year. And then eventually I convinced my girlfriend and said, hey, let's move to Orlando.
Nice. I love that. Welcome in, Sebastian the Crab. Thank you for joining. Again, and Yachty, Adventures by Yachty, as I call her, she is, Yachty is an amazing person. Stephen Noon, MVP, welcome in as well. You talked about channels that you were thinking about when you first kind of started. You were watching creators. Now, I'll preface this with, we know that, Pete's not going to say every last channel out there, but just some ones that come to mind. I like it to be spontaneous. What are some of the channels that kind of made you say, hey, you know what? I like what they're doing. I think I could do that with my own style and flair. So who was some of your inspiration channels out there?
I mean, I think a lot of people say the same thing. Was the first channel I discovered, like Disney vloggers or and something like that, was the Trackers. Yeah, I mean, that was just easy to turn on at night. Lauren and I would put it on while we're watching dinner or in the background while I'm just getting some work done.
Yeah.
And it was a nice blend of information, but also just atmosphere and scenery and pretty things to look at on a stressful day.
Absolutely.
And I thought he was doing a great job. He was informative. He was well spoken. And I was like, man, that's a dream job. How cool would that be to just literally go down and walk around the Disney parks or do all these cool things around the world and just go on fun times all the time and have people actually watch you. So he was a big inspiration. And then I also like the news side of things because I was obsessed with the Disney parks. I actually still haven't seen most Disney movies. I'm still catching up. I am the worst when it comes to movies, admittedly. I fell in love with the Disney parks and it went from there. And then it was my things in the parks where I was like, I want to learn more about that. So I guess I'll go watch the movie. So I'm a little backwards.
Okay.
IP-wise.
You know what?
So I mean, people who brought the news, I was, and also I like to go out and drink, have a good time. I used to sell craft beer in New York City. I'm a big craft beer connoisseur, if you will.
Nice.
So I like some of the channels like Drinking Around Disney or the WW Happy Hour. WWNT was the first company that I started watching for news, along with all the other ones as well. I just was taking in any information and content that I could because, again, I mean, just going back only 10 years, if you think about it, there wasn't that many options.
No. No, we're still in the infancy of this whole thing.
I heard you say that before, and I think you're totally right.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique factor on that. So, as you thought about your channel and you came up with your name and how did you come up with your channel platform? What made you say, hey, I want to put it to all this? Was it something particular that spiked you to that? Is it just a love and passion? What is it that brought you to that platform of where you are now? We're going to dig deep into that, everybody, so hang tight because we're going to talk about his content and all in just a little bit.
So what made me, this is a tough one. This is, how do I say this? For one, I love looking back at old memories. And if you're going to spend all this money and put all this time into something, it's nice to look back and kind of look through things. When we had physical pictures, it was cool to make a photo album or go through, and we have some albums underneath our coffee table and whatnot. But I think in the digital age, while it's so much more convenient, and forget about it if I had to do like rolls of film, but I just feel like a lot of those memories are lost. Mm-hmm. And I found myself very lucky to be doing super cool things throughout the year and getting invited to really cool functions or going on fun trips. So I just started recording them because I was like, man, one day I'm going to edit these together and it'll be nice to go back and look at these things. And I started working so full disclosure, I started working for WWNT about 3 years ago as just one of the personalities. I did it from New York. I helped them create a couple of shows that are still in existence, Park Center and stuff like that. But so I already enjoyed the on-camera experience and commentating and giving my opinions and thoughts. I grew up on stage. I did musical theater and theater my whole life. I did
cool.
I hosted all my shows in high school and college. I did stand-up comedy. I won Best New Stand-Up in New York City in 2018. I love improvisation. So anything being in front of a camera or an audience is just natural for me, where I guess I'm very lucky in that respect. But yeah, I don't know. Enough people, I think what it was is I didn't have enough confidence in myself, or I really thought like, who would watch that? And it was when literally just being forced to do it, like, hey, now you have a YouTube channel, do something with it. I was like, okay. And it just went from there.
Very cool. I want to recognize and say thank you to Izzo. Got to go finish. I'll finish watching this later. I already love ABC. I'll be checking out the Pete McDivitt Show stuff now, too. Thank you, Izzo. Appreciate that. Also, Tomorrowland Traveler said that you inspired them to start making content. So that's kind of cool. Very awesome. there too. Monorail Molly joining in. Love Pugs joining in. Got a great content creator here tonight, guys. We're sitting here talking with Adventures by Carney. Strong presence on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Also a presence over there on Facebook as well. We're having some fun tonight getting to know the ABCs of the Carney crew, which is a good time there. Let's take a step outside of the genre for a second. Let's talk about something about you to get the people to know you a little bit better. Talk to me about what parks have you already attended, Pete? Where have you been? And where do you want to go? What's on the bucket list? Where are the adventures going to take us with you down the road if you have your way?
I love it. So I've been to, as far as like Orlando goes, I pretty much have done all the parks here, whether it's Gatorland, both, Universals, Disney, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens. I've done Disneyland on the West Coast. The very first time I went, I couldn't find anyone to go with me, so I literally went alone and had the best 4 days at Disneyland, just doing whatever I want. I was lucky enough, I did the Walking in Walt's Footsteps tour. I know it's a little tangent here. Welcome to my live streams. But my host, my tour guide, he worked in the parks with Walt, and we used to work on Main Street, and Walt would come by. She was a young woman at the time, and just check in and say, hey, how you doing? And just to have her do the Walking in Walt's Footsteps. So I'm getting chills even thinking about it right now.
Me too. I'm getting
from someone who is, it's just from someone who talked and shook his hand and was there at the time and had stayed with the Disney company all throughout all these years. It was just so special and so neat. So yeah, I've been out in California. And then other just theme parks around the country. I like theme parks. I think they're a lot of fun. I haven't done anything overseas, and that is part 2 of your question. Is I really want to go overseas. Tokyo Disney Sea, everyone tells me is the greatest theme park on the planet. I really would like to get out there. I want to do all of them. Eventually, I would love to do every Disney theme park. I would love to do all the Universal parks around the world, and just fun places. I literally, by the name Adventures, I can have fun anywhere. So just put me somewhere. I'm in. You give me a plane ticket, I'm going. I don't care where it's going.
So, guys, if you're not hearing the energy and the positivity and the passion for what Pete does, then you're not listening to the same interview that I'm listening to. Go over to his channel. Check it out. If you like what he's doing, Tim Rempel just dropped the link in there for me. Go over and hit him up. Check him out. If you take a look at his content, we're going to talk about that right now. Take a look at his content. If you think you're going to want to see more of this energy, more of this passion, more of this great content, hit that subscribe and give him a follow. And again, if you're new to me and you're having a good time, we do these interviews 2 days a week and a Friday night hangout, and that's just Disney. We do other things as well. Let's talk about the content. This is just a few. You've got 37 playlists over there on your channel, including topics like Disney Springs, Walt Disney World, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Side Trip Adventures, non-Disney, which I like, food and beverage, Walt Disney World parks, Disney One Bite Pizza reviews. Love that. Love it. Breweries. There's a good one if you like the cold beverage. I know if my man Nate was sitting around here, paging Mr. Marr right now, he'd be saying, yes, I'm into that right there. Florida attractions, Disney festivals. Those are just a few of the things. Talk to everybody a little bit about the content that you're going to find on your channel. A little bit about your playlist. Well, I'll get into a couple of them individually in a minute, but I'd just like an overview from you for what they're going to find with you.
Yeah, so we do live in Orlando, so we are very Disney heavily based, and I think it's what people want to see the most. So we do a lot of Disney content, but I do like to mix it up, and I like to stay very much in tune with the community that I've been lucky enough to create, have around me. So people like when we mix it up. So it may not be always Disney theme parks. We like to do a lot of hotel and resort tours around the Disney property. Like I said, we go to Springs. We like to do fun different events that are happening. We'll go arts and crafts hunting, and we'll go paint things or make shells and just show you all the different things that really you can do at Disney. But then besides that, I'd say that's probably about 50-60% of the channel. The other 40% is probably other theme parks in Orlando, but also, just like you said, those side trip adventures or hitting a brewery or doing a brewery crawl or whatever we're doing for my birthday or going on a haunted tour in the middle of nowhere. So I really do try to mix it up, and I ask people, and we have an amazing Discord where we have 2 channels, live video ideas and edited video ideas, and where people can suggest anything, or where I can throw out ideas and really get a feel for what people kind of want to see, or if it would be a dud. So I'm literally up for anything. I say try everything twice.
Yeah, it was great to have that platform to be able to work with that. That's fantastic. Disney Dynamics is in-house. You'll hear more from them a little bit later on in the show. We love them. They're now down at Disney broadcasting content themselves as well. They do a fantastic job. We love those guys. I think they're into a new business, too. I got to get with him and talk with him. Pete Stum says, hey, I love all the vlogs and trips, especially the New York and Boston trip. Pete's the best. Love that. Love that.
Ah.
Lynette D is in here. Hey, Lynette. She said Pete takes on a lot of great adventures. Love that. Love that as well. And of course, Tim Rempel says, I'm always up for a little liquid magic. Yes, Tim Rempel, that we do know. Let's talk for a second about Disney One Bite Pizza reviews. I love this little playlist. Tell everybody a little bit about that. I think it really shows a lot of the character that could come out of Adventures by Carney.
Yeah, so this is obviously something that we stole from the internet. Dave Portnoy from Barstool does his One Bite Pizza reviews all around the country and world. But for me, as a New Yorker, like, it is very hard to find quality pizza anywhere in Florida, let alone at Disney. So we just thought it'd be fun. We did the first one as a joke, and it went so well. People really liked it. And also the cast member behind me, we started it during COVID, like when the parks just reopened. So it's kind of wild going back and looking because there's no one behind me in any of the videos we film.
Right.
And it's not like we went at like first thing in the morning. This is at like 3 in the afternoon. But we were over by Pizza Rizzo, and the cast member, I'm doing a review, and I guess he knew the Barstool one. So he's like, hey, what do you give it, Frankie? Like, and me and him had this great interaction.
That's
and
awesome.
It just went from there. And I think it's fun. I like to know. They're quick little videos. If you're looking for like information real quick, or just for a good laugh, or just me being ridiculous. And it's fun. I got to do more of them, and I have to edit more. We've done more that I have to get out. But yeah, it's just something fun and quirky. And hey, it's hard to find good pizza at Disney.
I love it. I love it. If you're a foodie, this is a good channel to check out, everybody. I've enjoyed looking through the food and beverage playlist. That had a lot to it. Of course, we just talked about the One Bite thing. The breweries is really good. Disney beverage drinking, or I should say theme park beverage drinking, because it's not just Disney. It's also what you can do at Universal and so many others. You guys do a great job with that. Talk a little bit about your breweries playlist, though. Let everybody know about that, because I think that's a great one you got going.
Yeah, I think breweries are one of the coolest things in our nation, let alone the world. And again, I used to work for one. Before I worked for one, I was always just a fan. I don't know if it's the way I grew up or the guys around me in college, but every craft brewery I feel like has a really good story. And to me, it's going back to like supporting small businesses or kind of rooting for the underdog.
Right.
It was always just like these big companies, especially when I was coming up, like in college and whatnot. It was like Bud, Miller, Coors. And then you had these new this new boom starting with breweries, and I love it. So everywhere I go, all around the country, if I'm on a road trip, if I'm staying somewhere, where I live here or in New York, I normally scope out 2 or 3 breweries just to go hang out, learn their story, try some good beer. If there's someone who doesn't work there, doesn't know their story, I'll talk to people at the brewery. I think they're some of the friendliest people. And since there are all these amazing stories, I started putting them on film. So we started hitting some breweries around the Orlando area, New York, and other places. Personally, I've been to around 400 to 450 different breweries around the country. Wow. So I do love my breweries.
I absolutely love this playlist.
I just think it's fun.
I love this playlist, Pete. I love this thought. It opens up your channel to a lot of other opportunity where you may find people that come in that are coming in finding you because of the way you've tagged your videos for breweries that might also like theme parks or might also like some other things that you can build your content. So I think it's great. Guys, you got to check out that playlist. Park Hoppers is coming in to say hello. Big Matt is in house with us. Guys, I'm hanging out with the ABCs of Adventures by Carney. It's Pete sitting down here with us. He's got the great Ric Flair look when he does that. I love that right there. If you're enjoying the interview tonight, if you've checked out his content, please do me a favor. Go over there and give him a follow. And if you gave him a follow tonight, you're going to be watching his content. Put it in the chat for me. Let him know tonight, hey, I joined. I found you here, and I'm following you now. I'd love to him to hear that from you guys directly. I always think it's cool when you can have a direct interaction. T. Marie's Place is in here. She's amazing. One of our partner channels. Jill Watchberg is in here. Jill coming in, joining us here. We're having a good time here tonight. Let's step out of this for a second and talk about collectibles. Okay, as you can see behind me, I've got 1 or 2 things here in the thing.
Yeah.
In my little office or studio here. What is it for you when you go to the park? As you're walking around, what is this thing that stimulates for you? Like for me, it's like Jim Shore pieces, it's popcorn buckets, it's certain characters and stuff like that. What is it for you that says, hey, you know what? I think I got to spend $1 over there and get that for me today.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, I have a bit of an addictive personality. So this is a terrifying realm, especially being around Disney so often, because Disney has gotten so good at merchandise where you feel like you have to buy so many different things. For me, I really have told myself on several occasions, do not start this, do not buy this. It's going to be a long and poor road. But my one thing I do break on is, actually, I'll show you. Hold on one sec.
Oh, we're going to get something. Real quick, while Pete's doing that, I want to recognize Dawn. Dawn H16 says, as part of the Carney crew, I can vouch for Pete's awesomeness. Thank you, Dawn H16. Again, if you guys, while he's grabbing that, if you're having a good time tonight, hit that follow, put it in the chat. Hey, I'm following the Carney crew now. Oh, my Lord, look at this.
So this is half of the Magic Band collection. If you want to talk merch. So this is my addictive personality. So this is half.
Nice.
So Magic Bands are my thing.
I love it.
And I think it just came from when I thought it was so cool when I first started coming down before I even knew a lot about Disney.
Yeah.
On those first few trips as an adult, that the convenience of the Magic Band, how there was different styles, how there was different collectible numbers, like only 1,000 sold, and then how they did special features on the turnstile when you tap in. So I just thought that was so neat, and since I started it when I lived in New York, I just kind of kept it going. I've really cut back. It's so hard because now they release Magic Bands like
every other day,
every other week.
It gets a little dark.
But so that would be my one thing. Besides that, I really try not to do too much. I also went through a big Disney t-shirt phase. I wanted to wear like a different Disney t-shirt on every trip when I came down from New York. Nice. So I have just a ton of ridiculously silly Disney t-shirts.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I've got a bunch of those. I never talk about that much, but my daughter actually went through a bunch the other day, and she's like, we've got too many. We need to start fitting this in.
That's me. I'm like, I don't know what to do with them. I'm looking at I'm in my guest bedroom / office / studio here. But my closet's right there with all my Disney shirts. I'm like, what am I going to do with all of these?
Got to keep going to Disney. Got to keep wearing them. I love it. You're getting a lot of reaction to your bands in the chat. I love that. Everybody's doing that there. And there was another one. Someone suggested about you and I doing a cooking show. I think it was the theme park Travelers maybe or something, which was...
Yeah, we started doing a little cooking at home. Another part, and again, I consider myself the luckiest guy on the planet that I'm able to go to Disney, turn on a camera, and interact with some of the most amazing people all around the planet. So I will never complain about that. But I think there is a little bit of vlogger burnout if you just do it too much.
Right.
On top of I work 4 other jobs, so there's a lot happening. So one day I was just talking to my Discord, and I was like, guys, I really want to go out and live stream, but I am beat. Like, I can barely walk today. And they're like, oh, just turn the stream on at home. I'm like, well, that would be boring. And another one of my loves is cooking. I love to cook.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, what if we did a little cooking segment? And we tried it out, and people loved it. And, then people started making the recipe at home and sending me back feedback. I'm like, this is really cool. So we started doing, I don't know how often we'll do it, maybe once a month or twice a month, but we're doing a cooking show now, too, at night here from my own apartment.
I love it. I love that. Thank you to Shelly for subscribing to me tonight. I appreciate that. But let me throw it out there. Pete, what does it mean to you? We didn't talk about this as being a question, but it's kind of spontaneous. The Carney crew, obviously, it's a passionate, loving, affectionate name that you have for those people that support you. I have for me, because we've always had chaos on this channel, the chaotic crew. I know what it means.
I love that.
But I'd love to hear from you what it means for you, for your people that are part of the Carney crew.
I mean, it means the world to me. They mean the world to me. So when we really started trying or like doing a YouTube channel, like we put out a few videos when it first started, once a month, or like here and there, drop a random video. But about 18 months ago, or ish, is when we really said, hey, we're gonna put some effort and time into this. I'm gonna guarantee I do at least 2 or 3 videos a week and go from there based on demand. And I said I'm going to start spending more money in the parks, investing more money into the channel, getting better equipment and whatnot. And people really stepped up. It was just remarkable to see all the support. And I was like, guys, it's crazy for me to even think about starting a Patreon. I'm a nobody with this small little YouTube channel, and people just stepped up to the plate right away. Super chats were coming in. They were just amazing. And then we started the Discord. I said, what should we call ourselves? And they came up with Carney Crew. I loved it.
Love it.
But it's just, honestly, I wanted to create a community of just positive people. We're like, hey, everyone's got stuff in life, right? We all have something. Everyone's got a story, as I always say. Mm-hmm. But I think the reason we like to watch these videos and like to be around these people is it's a nice, happy, authentic distraction from just some of the things that are part of life, the way, the cards life deal you. So, they're just the best. Our Discord and anyone who watches, and everyone's a part of the Carney crew. It's not like an exclusive group. It's just if you are a kind, loving, awesome person who wants other people to be kind and awesome, and you just want to share that, that is it. And man, they have gotten me out of some tough emotional holes, and I'm trying to hold it together now, but yeah, I just think it's the best community, and they're the reason I keep doing this. On any day that I'm ever tired or on 2 hours sleep, it's just the best feeling in the world, and they're awesome.
It's a beautiful thing. And speaking of magic and being amazing and spreading positivity and love, T3, the Tomorrowland Traveler, hit us up.
He's the best.
$50 super chat. Disney should offer content creator magic bands. I would wear. Thank you. That means a lot to both of us. I'm not speaking.
Yeah.
Thank you. We on our channel, whenever someone like T3 does what they do, we say they're blessing the channel. Thank you for blessing us tonight. It does help with everything that we do. And everybody should give hearts and love in the chat to T3. Really appreciate that. And I want to welcome in Bill Darkey as well for joining us here. Everybody has their own unique story. I love the way you said that and the passion that you have. We are talking with an incredible content creator that I found recently. And I'm just starting to build a relationship with Pete. So everyone should know I'm doing this because this was a spontaneous ad. I am booked out on this channel well into April of 2023. But I reached out to Pete and said, I love what you're doing so much. I love this magic. I want you on my channel sooner so my people can find you. And hopefully we can make you a little part of this community. He is strong, solid over there on Instagram with 2,164 followers, 1,300 plus followers on Twitter, almost 5,600 here, 720 on TikTok. You got to be following all of them. And, of course, if you love what they're doing, being a part of the Discord, you guys know that follow me know how well our Discord works. I'm sure that Pete's is just as exceptional. Let's talk for a second here. I like going outside the tangent. We're in the Halloween season here, okay? Christmas is not that far away. For you, for Adventures by Carney, for you yourself, Pete, what is it? Are you a Halloween person when it comes to all the energy and all the activity of the parks? Are you a Christmas person, or do you stand kind of in the middle with me, calling it Hallowismas, and you want the whole doggone thing?
I like to say I'm sort of in the middle with you, but to me they're different things. Like, I think I have more fun during the Halloween season, going to whether it's HHN, Hallow Scream, Mickey's Not So Scary. I love fall decorations. Like I said, growing up in New York, we used to go upstate during the fall and watch the leaves change color and go to the different Oktoberfest and state parks and just have a great time. So I really enjoy autumn and the Halloween thing. I have a ton of fun. Christmas season down here is more of like the feels. Like, I think that's where I just walk in and I get those warm vibes that just, it's like a big blanket of love and happiness. So I love both, pretty much equally, like you said, but I think they do different things for me mentally.
Nice. Disney cruises, is that something we might see the ABCs jumping on a boat at some point?
I would love to. As soon as we get enough funds in the bank, that is it's on the top of the bucket list, especially because it's so close. Now that we live here, it's about only an hour away to where the ships take off from. So yeah, soon. There's a lot to do, but as soon as I'm able to, I will be on a cruise ship near you.
Love it. I love that. Absolutely love that. So I want to take a quick break, and as what I do a community segment during my interviews. I give my guests a chance to get their breath for a second. When we come back, I want to finish up. I want to talk a little bit more about potential merch because I see you're wearing it. I want to make sure people know how they can get that. We have a good way to do it. I want to talk a little bit about where your channel is going a long time. I want to talk about Plays with Walt. And I want to talk a little bit about, we're going to have a speed round at the end where I speed round questions to you. We'll get that. However, before we go, I want to acknowledge two things. Happily Ever Yachty, she just subscribed to you. Park Hoppers just subscribed to you. They were two of the people that I saw that put that in there. Duquesne Duke Mom says Disney cruises are awesome. Disney wishes on her bucket list. We love DDM. She's in here a lot. But I should tell everybody before I go to my community segment, two things. One, if you're brand new to me tonight, I do a community segment every show where we recognize people in the parks. We recognize success stories from other people. You're going to see that in just a minute. We also have a segment called Race to 100K. Race to 100K. This is a segment we started about a year ago where I take about 70 channels and I follow them and we highlight every week their logo, their channel name. We give an update on how they're growing as a channel. It's our way of helping creators get to 100,000 by letting their name be out there every week. Recent success stories. Oh, Tia Marie says, I'm subbed. Cover me a drink. I want in. She just subbed to you. It's the race to 100K. We've had graduates from there that include people like Paigey Mr. Morrow, Jackie Super Enthused, going out just recently, the other day. Mammoth Club just went out. We just had, Theme Park Steve just went out. We had Resort TV 1 go out. We've had Prince Charming Dev. That's just a few. Well, tonight, Surf Bum says, hey, I just subscribed to Adventures by Carney. Tonight, it is my honor, Pete, to tell you that effectively after Friday, when I redo my thing, Adventures by Carney will now be a part of the race to 100K. I'm inviting you in. We will talk about your channel every week in hopes that more people will find you and follow you. So congratulations there, buddy.
That is so awesome. Thank you. So you really have no idea what that means to me, and it is a complete honor. And I'm so excited. I have chills. I'm so excited, and thank you so much. It's really amazing what you do with your channel and what you do for the community. So I'm just so pumped to be a part of this, and
we're gonna have some fun. You. Well, let's take you grab a drink. Ava Loves Disney's here. She's excited. Let's go take a look at this week's community segment. We'll be back with ABC's Adventures by Carney in just a minute. This is Magical Memories, everybody. People in the parks. When creators are down at the parks or people in the parks and they meet up with creators, they send it to me. It's brought to you every week by the Disney Baker. If you don't know about him, he bakes from home. Pete, you ought to get with him and do a segment together. He lives down there in Florida. You guys would be phenomenal together. Check him out. Drop his link into the chat, everybody. Here's People in the Parks this week. It's going to be an all Disney Day Plus and a Disney Plus Day and D23 right here, right now. Carlin Kiko hanging out with that crazy Disney lady out at D23. I gotta love Leanne Sherbrick met up with Brian Hall, the man of 1,000 voices, out there at D23. Loved it, Leanne. There's Nate sharing with his media badge. Love that great picture. Nate, good friend of the channel. Nate, I love it. Mouse Talk. Out there, you can look at the love on Mouse Talk's face for his first time standing at Walt's original castle. You can see it. Mouse Talk out there, everybody. This is a great one, Disney Plus Day. It's Jeanette Sebastian the Crab. It's Diz Our Dream. It's the Do Philly crew. It's Meredith. All hanging out there with the Disney Plus flying over their heads. I'm not sure how they made that happen. Amy, AJC Magic, hanging out there at the Halloween Oogie Boogie Batch, and she got to see Tomater dressed up there, right there. Greg from Chip & Co. out there at the Mickey, the big Mickey pumpkin right as you get into the park. Love it. This is our good friend Diz Cupcake. Haley's down there at Disney Plus Day. She was having some fun. Love the picture, Haley. Thanks. Good friends. These guys are going later tonight at 9 o'clock. It's This and That. It's Dave. It's Shep. It's Leanne out at D23 having some fun. Great pictures that got this way. Tanya sent me over this one. She found a couple. She found a villain, and she found a hero, and she found a nice car behind them. But she's hanging out. Great picture of Tanya out there. I think the last two pictures, there's the This and That crew together, Steve, Shep, and Dave, with Corey of Corey Meets World out there in the parks. And the last one I have this week is Mouse Talk. Walt and Melissa. That pumpkin's a big thing. Everybody loves to get that pumpkin. We love to receive mail every week. We didn't have a lot of mail this week. Unfortunately, we do have a P.O. box if anybody wants to send it. Mail is brought to you every week by one of the best businesses in the world to me. It is the Main Street Treat Company. It's Disney magic of the foods brought right to your house. Snacks, treats, amazing stuff. Every time I got it, it's fresh. These guys are incredible.
Main Street Treat brings Disney to you. Hey, we're Rob and Mel from Disney Connections and the new owners of Main Street Treat Company. So come visit us over at mainstreettreat.com to order your treats today.
Can't stress enough about how great they are. Main Street Treat, link right in the chat. Casey's Corner of the World. This is where we recognize people. Casey is my partner out there. He's an executive producer and he's a friend. And every week he likes to take the responsibility of helping me recognize people in the Disney community. We actually had Adventures by Carney in here when they hit 4K. I don't know if they saw that or not, but we did. This week's adventures go to One Little Spark. Just went over 10,000 in the community. Congratulations. Attractions Live out in California went up over 12K. The WDW couple, 65,000. Congratulations to Josh and Taylor. I got to get together with them. I haven't seen them in a while. Theme Park Steve, I just said, congratulations, going out of the race for 100K. He just hit 100K on his channel. And Molly absolutely destroyed it. She went to 100K faster than anybody I've ever seen in my life. And it was kind of like when Jennifer Aniston announced she was on Instagram. It was crazy. Mammoth Club, over 100,000. Molly, we're proud of you. Way to take the leap, and proud of your success. All right, here's the segment we were just talking about, everybody. It's the race to 100K. You got to be dynamic to be in the race. That's the only way you can get in. 3,000 or more, up to 100K. Proudly brought to you every week.
Hello, everyone. It's Chris with Disney Dynamics. We bring you tons of Disney content with a little bit of humor. My mom thinks I'm funny anyways. 4K unboxings of Disney merch and promo codes to save you money. We bring you live to Disney parks, and then after the sun goes down, we head to Disney After Dark, where we mix Disney-inspired drinks and have slightly inappropriate conversations with our Disney friends. If that sounds good to you, you're just the right amount of weird to fit right in. That's Disney Dynamics, spelt with a K for some reason.
Love Disney Dynamics, and they are now creating content for the parks too, which is great. Hey, this race to 100K got all tossed up all over the place. It is nuts. Brand new top 3. Big Fat Panda's still there. He's just under 200. We got to find ways as a community to get him over the top. If you see a Panda video, share it out. Let's work as a community to get him over 100K. He needs it. The guy deserves it. He's a legend. Best Life and Beyond out of California at 94. 4K WDW at 89.3. Top 3 in the race. Shooting it down now from 74 down to 34. Theme Park Obsession at 74. You got all these great creators in there. Michael K., the WDW couple, Always Believe, Corey Meets World, Earsome Emporium, and a huge shout out for the Magic Dads having a couple videos go viral, and they almost double their content. They're up to 34,000 this week. Huge leap. Thank you, Tina, for dropping the Pandas link. We need to get him over to 100K. Here's the great thing, guys. If you're following us for the first time, I am not asking you to subscribe to one of these channels. Not at all. What I'm asking you is to go take a look. If you're looking for more Disney content, go open their channel, put their name into the search, look up their channel. If you like their content, hit their subscribe based on their content. We want you to watch them. If you're just going to hit a button, it's useless. I'm being honest. Miss Cherry leads it off at 28.2. Next part of the race down to Leg Life. New entry into the race, filling one of the gaps from one of the graduates. Rope Drop has jumped in. Pat's now in there at 27.8. Congratulations, Pat, for jumping in. Hey Bricky is the former AID. He just changed his channel name. Again, great people in here. There's Tanya, there's Nick, there's LBV. Just an amazing group of people. 18.8 down to 13.4. WW Radio, Lou Mangello. He's an icon. Leading it all the way down to 13.4 with Theme Park. Meg moved up. Magical Meg jumped up. Walt jumped up. And Drew in the moment took a big leap, several thousand up over this last couple weeks. Great job, Drew, jumping up to over 13,000. 13.5, another huge leaper, Ear to Ear Magic, down to my other partner, Diz Our Dream at 9.84. They'll be over 10K soon. You see one little, look at all these channels in the 10 to 13 range. I mean, it's fantastic. Double digits, and they're jumping up there. Dave K, Moments, Mike, Attractions, Paul, Vision with Vincent. All amazing, jumping up there in the double-digit numbers. Now the lower end. Now the lower end is just as important because these are creators that are on their path trying to get to double digits so they can get to triple. Living in Dids leads it off down to Wonders of Magic. Brand new entry into here, Main Street Moments, one of the best podcasts I've listened to. They are now in this race at 8,000. Congratulations. Fireworks to Becky plus Eli out of California, jumping up over 8,000. They had a monster week. Ava Loves Disney's had great success lately. Chip and Co's almost at 10K. Just some amazing groups. The last two parts of the race go to the people 7 down to 5. Myers and the Mouse jumped up all the way to 7.3. You got some incredible talent here throughout the parks. You got Steve in there, Florida Park Explorers, Tripping with the Turners, Mouse Fives, and Myers all going live from the park. Meg does stuff live from homes. Dad Got Parks does it all over. Unbelievable, unbelievable, great talent there. Molly Fitz-Brown finishes off the balance of our rope drop here, 5.1 all the way down to 3.4. Again, these are some creators that go from home. These are some of our newer creators. Fantastic people. Take the time to check out their channel. One of these days, one of these channels is going to be the next graduate up there. And again, starting on either Friday or Sunday when I readjust this, we will be entering in Adventures by Carney and following them every week. If you're brand new to us, before I come back to my guest, every Friday night at 10 o'clock, we have a community hangout where any creator that has the link to my channel can stop by as we're talking news and merch, sponsored by our partner channel, Chip & Co. If you want to stop in, we welcome you to do so. It's 10 p.m. to about 1 a.m. every Friday night. We want to be your Johnny Carson to everybody's prime time for the park. Stop by and hang out with us. This coming Sunday, Ryan the Animal. He is a Disney YouTube Recognition Series Hall of Famer. He is coming to the channel. It's Ryan McDowell. He's going to sit down and go off the wall with me, which is going to be great. At 8 o'clock tonight, I got a special episode of this show. We're going to do another live event tonight. I had Lost Boys scheduled a couple weeks ago. We had to reschedule it. The Lost Boys and Girls, Jacob's coming to talk with us at 8 o'clock tonight about all the stuff going on in California. You talk about a strong TikToker. These guys are legit. We'll be talking with them. And finally, last two things. Next Wednesday, All Themes Parked going to be here. I can't wait for they go. ATP will be back in-house. That'll be another interview that we're doing on Wednesday night. And next Tuesday, we'll be back at it doing our Family Feud event. If you don't know about how we do Family Feud live on this channel, you're completely missing out. The chat plays, not people on the screen. The chat plays Family Feud. We have winners and prizes each week. It's pretty cool. Bring back up the share screen with Pete 9 here. This is his channel. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Adventures by Carney. And I'm telling you, they're strong all over. Instagram, 2,000 followers. YouTube here, 5,600 just about. Almost 300,000 channel views. Approaching that over there. 1,346 over there on Twitter. 700 plus on TikTok. A presence on Facebook. Absolutely working it since pulling it all together. Pete, as we come and do this here, and we sit here tonight, what is your long term? If you had to look 5 years into the window, where do you want ABC to be when you get to that point?
I would love, I'd love for it to be at a point where I can be doing this full time. It would be nice to be fortunate enough where I could not work all the other jobs and just put all my time, energy, and effort into the channel and really bring it to where I want it to be. That's the whole thing. Is I'm a perfectionist. I saw you had Rope Drop in that last package, and that was who I was alluding to before. Pat was actually the one who set up my channel.
Okay.
I saw him at a Disney event. He said he saw me do stand-up comedy in New York, and he saw me do some Disney stuff down here. And he's like, "You got to be on YouTube." And I was like, "What would I do? People wouldn't watch." He's like, "Literally, just turn the camera on, and I guarantee you'll do all right." And I was like, "I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to do technology. I don't know how to make a thumbnail. I don't even know how to start a live stream." And he walked me through everything. So some would say there wouldn't be an Adventures by Carney if it wasn't for Pat. So shout out to him. But going back to that, in 5 years, I love to have an editor. I hate editing. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's part of the biz. So I would love to have an editor. I love to have someone maybe even hold a camera. I love to have more people come in. I love to see the community grow. I love to do more events. I'm a big event person. Mm-hmm. I love meeting people in person. I'm a hugger. I just love that energy of an in-person connection. So more events, more traveling. Again, if I'm fortunate enough to where this be my full-time gig and I can still afford my quality of life and take care of my loved ones, then that is the dream alone. And that just means more free time to do crazy adventures and do more new things at Disney and around the world. Really, it's what's really cool about this and what's really neat and it's so wild is that you really can do anything. So I try not to say here's where I'll be. I just want to enjoy the ride and hopefully it keeps growing and I know it will. So just put it out there. I can't wait. I can't wait to have this conversation in 5 years.
I love that plan. That's great. That is the ideal plan, especially with your passion. I think that'd be fantastic, and I hope you find that. I plan on the week that the Ravens play the Bills in a couple weeks, and I will be texting Pat all week to try to find some kind of wager that we can come up with, he and I together.
You guys crushed my Jets last week. I was really bummed.
I wasn't going to say. I didn't bring it up.
I know. I was waiting for you to bring it up. But, it is what it is. Same old Jets, right?
We can talk that all. I don't want to get going down that path. We could be here an hour on that one between talking sports there. Let's do a little quick out. Let's do a little random, fast, rapid pace, spontaneous, fast answers here. Let's do this. Favorite park. Out of every park you've gone to and done, what is your favorite park? Epcot. Love it. Rope drop ride. I can take you right now and I can be Wong and I can do the circle and get you somewhere right now. So it's just like a rope drop where you're walking in. What ride is it?
Guardians.
Nice. Good call. I agree with you there. Epcot, you said it's your favorite place. What's your favorite pavilion there?
The World Showcase.
The World Showcase.
Does that count?
Okay. Which one in the World Showcase? What pavilion?
Oh,
I'm not going to give you the whole showcase.
Pick a favorite child. I can't pick a favorite child. I'll go with Mexico because usually that's where I start. So that means I'm in for a great day.
Okay, I'll allow it this time. It takes away my next question, which was which way do you go, left or right? Obviously, left. Mexico. Margaritas are on the thing there, so that's good. Let's go here.
I've adjusted it since I've lived here. I know this is the speed round, but now I enter through the international gateway. So it's technically UK, Canada, Mexico, but I'm still going the same direction.
Okay, I'll allow that because you're coming through the gateway. That's the way I always go in when I go down there. So I'm with
the best
you.
Way.
Favorite Disney hotel based on ambiance. Favorite Disney hotel.
Wilderness Lodge.
Ooh, good call, good call. Favorite Disney property restaurant. Anywhere on Disney property, you can go eat right now. Where are you going?
D&A's, baby. Victoria and Albert's. Best meal I've ever had.
I've yet to eat there. I got to get there. I want to do that.
So good.
I can bring you right now a snack. I can do the long thing and pull a snack in from the park. One snack. What do you want?
Spring roll.
Ooh, which one?
Whatever the special occasion one is, or the seasonal one.
Okay.
Because I like trying new things.
I like it. Oh, great answer. I love that. Your all-time favorite nighttime show in the parks from forever.
Easy, breezy question for me. Illuminations, Reflections of Earth. I have 3 t-shirts hanging right there just for Illuminations. It's amazing. Although Happily Ever After, close second. Very happy it's coming back.
I love it. One thing I don't usually do with my guests here on this show, but I want to highlight it because of what was said earlier. What's up, Pat Mc75? What's up? And somebody else came in too. I don't want to miss them. I usually talk when I do my Tuesday show where I've interviewed people like Yeehaw Bob and Mark Daniel and people like that. We always go through the 6 degrees separation with Walt. I want to highlight to everybody tonight that Pete indirectly told you a 6 degree separation of Walt when he mentioned the lady that he did his tour with, that puts Pete 1 degree of separation away from Walt. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. That's about as close as you can get right there. Let me ask you this. If you had a chance to spend a few minutes with Walt and Roy, or Walt alone, or however, what would you want to do? What would that, if I gave you 60 minutes of time where I could pull back, if we could go and, bring in Multiverse Walt or whatever, and you could get an hour with him, what would you want to do?
I'd probably, I have so many things I want to talk to him about, but I really would just love to shadow him. I would love to see Walt just going through his day and just see the way he makes decisions on things, the way he interacts with people. And then I'd ask him, like, what have been the hardest things that you had to say no to? Because Walt, too, I think a lot of us, is if you can dream it, you can do it. Mortgage the house, bring in the trees from, neighbors' properties, whatever we got to do to make this work. But we're going to make this theme park the most craziest place you've ever been to in your life for not only you, but your entire family. So since we all know him as very much a let's do it all, we'll figure it out later, I love to see what his process is when he has to say no to things or put things on the back burner or the shelf, and what his criteria for that is.
Mike, I love that. That's a great answer. Well, as we come down to the end here, I always like to close it off with a final thought. So I'm going to say ABC's, Pete, I'd like to know, what are your final thoughts tonight as we bring this monorail into the station?
Oh, boy. Well, one, I know you told me not to say too many thank yous, but I got to thank you first and everything you do for the community and everything you do for people like me. I mean, this is why I love this community and why I'm just honored to be a part of it. And for me, in terms of my final thought, I wish I had more time with you. I wish I had more time to get to know everyone here in the chat as well. But if you do enjoy a little bit of my slice of personality here and you want to hear me talk for hours and hours, and it's terrible, but come on a live stream or something, or jump on our Discord. I would love to get to know you and just spread some peace and love and happiness all around the world. Is this where I should plug stuff? Do you want me to plug stuff here?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so yeah, as we mentioned all night, my Instagram is @officialcarney. My Twitter is @yourwdwguy. On my obviously my YouTube channel, Adventures by Carney. But if you go there's a link for the Discord. I love our Discord community. I think I tell everyone, I know you have an awesome Discord too, but I really, really love our Discord, and it's so cool just watching people interact with each other and check in on each other and help each other out, and it's just great. It's literally brought me to tears in the past, so I love our Discord. Also, if you're in town, between September 28th and October 4th, we're doing a meetup. And even if you haven't met me yet, or this is your first time seeing me, please come say hi. Come give me a high five. Give me a hug. Go on a ride with us. All the information's in our Discord. We'll be talking about it more as we come up. But we're also celebrating Epcot's 40th that weekend as well. So it would be nice to see anyone who's there. And to close out, I just want to say, again, thanks to you, but also for inspiring people, for inspiring me. Like, as I watch your interviews and your channel, I think you have a beautiful vibe or a great mix of, like, passion for this, but it's just so much fun. You have moments where you tear up, and you have moments where you're hysterical laughing. So I think you're just doing great things on your channel, but also that your entire platform is built around helping others and letting others shine is just incredible. And I'm just mad I didn't think of it first. So,
well, thank you. I love it. Well, from my side, for a final thought, I want to first thank you for coming on tonight. Obviously, I want to congratulate you on getting it, having the support behind you. You got to have the following a little bit to get into the race to 100K, because you got to have people wanting to come to your channel. So congratulations there. I hope that helps to bring you long-term success. Obviously, your success is built on what you do, but we try to do a little bit more over here, bring more scope to it. I want to put everybody out there again. And hey, I found this channel as it was recommended to me by someone else in the community. It said, hey, go check this channel out. I think you'll like it. It will fit kind of your platform for what you're doing. I went over, I followed for about 2 weeks in the chat, watched some lives, saw them actually at home sitting at the table. You were, I guess, I don't know, in your kitchen or somewhere.
That was our very first ever, what we called our round table, square table. But yeah.
I watched some of that. That was great. Welcome in, Mike Wheeler. Welcome in, JJ Mickey. Didn't want to miss you guys out there. And I liked what I saw. I liked the vibe. I liked the presentation. Ride the Teacups. Hey, Steve, you missed the fun. You're going to have to come back and rewatch, buddy. So I really liked everything you were doing. Reached out to you, nothing but a gentleman. And here we are sitting here tonight. I hope that this is just the start of a long-term relationship down the road. And guys, if you liked this interview tonight, if you had fun sitting here, I had fun sitting here doing the interview. I hope you had fun on the other side of the camera. Then go over there, take a look at what the content that he's bringing out. And by all means, give him a follow on YouTube. If you like the other things that are out there, if you're part of that Instagram community or the TikTok people, everybody's got their thing. For me, I love them all. Hit them up, give them a follow, stay up with what they're doing, and I guarantee you, the more energy and magic that we bring to all these channels, the bigger our community can get, the bigger we get together, the stronger we get together, the bigger we all can win, and that's a huge factor. So thank you, Pete. Finally, I always finish up here, and I'll have you hang tight as we go to close, Pete, because I want to talk to you afterwards. Mark Miller says, I just found the Pete McDevitt Show tonight. New subscriber. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you.
Yeah, more.
As we close tonight, let me remind you about two things. Guys, if you follow anybody, and I mean anybody, I don't care if it's Disney or not, preferably Disney, but whoever you follow out there, you can help your creators out there that are working this whole format for social media. YouTube specifically, you can leave a like, you can leave a comment on a video. It helps. You can share it out. You don't know how much it helps when you share out a video for a creator. And by all means, if you're in there and you're doing it, hit that subscribe if you want to come back. If you do that, I guarantee you, the next morning when your creators wake up and they see they have a couple more subs, they'll probably do a couple more videos, and that's a key factor in everything. And none of that costs a penny. And finally, it's the 10-minute challenge for 2022. I say it at the end of every one of my videos. Take 10 minutes if you're watching somebody, if you like their content, and give them a watch for 10 minutes or more if you have it. Stopping in to leave a like and leave hurts your creator when they're live. All you do is take their average watch time down. You want your creator to be successful? Turn them on. You're sitting there watching TV at work or working at home and you got something on the background, turn it on. You're working at home or you're fixing dinner, turn them on. Even if you can't listen to them, let your favorite creators run. Their watch time will go up. This has been Pete and Repeat. I'll be the repeat tonight. That's the main Pete tonight. It's the ABCs of how to do everything adventurous. For the both of us, I thank you for coming in tonight. Come back and see us again sometime, preferably Friday night when we're all hanging out. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Musketeers, for joining the party. We'll be looking for you tomorrow, same time, same place.